So, your heroes get +1/+1. You don't gain an Aegis, but after the 6, play a 6/12. Yeah, third time Duraka, 6 when Spellcraft 3 play Savagery, so it's basically the same except for the Aegis part, which I don't know how much that helped that card actually. It did quite a bit, honestly, because most of the decks that were built around this really, like, they just face Aegis one after the other. And I guess since they're making face Aegis more harder to get, that's going away, I guess. Yeah, although this, I don't know, this could end up worse, because there's plenty of heroes that interact with the Throne Rune. I don't know. It's an interesting swap, if I must say. Fear gets to 7/7. I have no idea what this was before, since I didn't see this card before. Inscribe, blockable and deadly, while you have 10 or more cards in your void. When you inscribe Fear, each player discards the top 2 cards of their deck. Okay, so it's like that one, it's like Broken Contract, but with a color on it, except for when it's a creature. 7/4 colors for 7/7. Nah, I don't know if this is even adding up to something great. I mean, I guess you can put it as a power in film. No, you can't even put it as a power, because power is different from actual cards, so yeah, I don't know about this. I really don't know. And something as one-wordy as fear should be scary, right? And this isn't scary. Sorry. Like, I get that it's unblockable, but, like, it takes ages to come out. Meh. Nobody's gonna be in fear of this card. Kilo goes to 3, yeah, I would guess that. And then, yeah, basically the same thing as Kilo always was. Her being upgraded from 1/3 to 1/4 is nice, but now that Kilo's a 5-cost card instead of a 4-cost, I don't think we'll be seeing much of her anymore. It's a shame, because I really like decks with her, even the really scummy ones. Decro goes to 4. Interesting. From 6. That's quite a big jump. I mean, yeah, this is a really good card now. Probably too good, actually. They might have to bump it down to 5 eventually, but we'll see. Decro has definitely been unruined as of late, since Decro's Ruin is now, you know, not the best that it could be with all the relic removal flying around. Only 3 for Severin now. This might actually make this card playable, because, like, you need the Influence and the Relic to be played, so, you know, it's not too much of an ask. So yeah, this would be interesting. Arcanum goes to 4. That's interesting. I guess Swarm decks might actually be potentially viable now? Maybe. But yes, Arcanum Monitor was always felt too high of cost at 5, even back when it was like in the know-how, in vogue, I should say. Power Sentry goes down to +2/+2 when you have Relic. I think. Did it used to be +3, or was it always +2? I forget. But the 4 damage is interesting. Did it used to be 2 or 3? Whatever it is, it's more now, and it looks like that's quite a bit, honestly. This looks like this card is going to be much better. Much better. This is definitely an improvement. Milos no longer has Overwhelm, I would guess. Yeah. Charge. Yeah, so you can chump block Milos now, which is great, because Milos was always kind of annoying having Overwhelmed. It just... it's slightly over the top. Which, I mean, you know, he was the star player in my red decks, but then again, you know, he was the star player in everyone's red decks. So, yeah, people are going to think twice about putting him in now that he doesn't have Overwhelm. Yeah. Oh, and that's going to mean things late game, too, because if you... if the enemy player actually feeds into him and gains a bunch of life, then he can't just topple over people anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Losing Overwhelm is kind of a hit to decks around him, but, you know, it's aggro. They'll find a way. They'll find a way to annoy me yet more. Overwhelm, only 2 now. When you play a unit with 5 cost or more, play Dawnwalker from your board exhausted. Did it used to trigger itself? I know it can potentially. But yeah, I'm liking this. Yeah, now that Reanimate is pretty much gone, not entirely gone, but pretty much gone, this is a nice, somewhat substitute. Someone might actually get to play the third mode of Banish the Darkness, or whatever it's called now. Yeah, interesting. Field Medic, Valor Ambush. Contract 2, Field Medic is invulnerable to damage this turn. You gain life equal to the total number of units. Interesting. The fact that there's Ambush and then Contract on top of it is interesting. And a low cost thing with Ambush that actually has decent stats. I see this getting played a lot. This used to be 2-3, I would guess? I don't know, but whatever it is, it's really good now. I didn't get a chance to see this before, so yeah. This looks really good. Sea of Teeth, I've never liked Sea of Teeth in the first place, even back when it was 7, but now it's 6. This could go to 1 and I still wouldn't play it. Because, like, you're killing your own attachments too. I mean, yes, it kills every attachment that the enemy player has, so I guess it can't go to 1. But still, it, like, these 1/1s with Killer aren't really enough to take out more than 1 creature, and you don't really need to kill all attachments that badly if you can just kill, like, 2 with Unmake, you know? Play a Relic, Tinker Overseer gets +1/+1. I think this used to be 2-1 and now it got buffed, or it used to be 2-3 and now it got nerfed. I think it used to be 2-1 and now it got buffed, because I don't remember this card being really all that good, aside from, you know, decks that had a lot of really cheap relics inside. And even then, since it's not a Sentinel, it didn't play particularly well with those decks in the first place. So, yeah, More Silverblade Intrusion nonsense. Here we go. Give 2 of your Doom units invulnerable to damage this turn, and 6... so it doesn't even respect the cards in the other person's hand anymore. Huh. I don't think I like that. I don't like it because I don't want this card coming back. And I also don't like it because I don't want... You know, you used to be able to play around this thing, but now you can't, I guess? Let's think. What did it have before? If your opponent has blah or more cards in hand. Yeah, I'll have to check the patch notes on that. Because I definitely remember, you know, 6 or more cards in hand, you get the Denouncer. But now it's just 6 influence? Yeah, we'll see where that goes. Ice Bolt now can't be negated or stopped by Aegis. Ooh, Ice Bolt's coming back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I love that card. I really, really love that card. I love not being able to pick any other blue removal because this is so much better. Yes, I love it. It's great. Molderbuck back to 3. Okay, this bet is done for. Okay, we're gonna hate this. Oh, I hate this. I hate this, I hate this. I hate Molderbuck. You know, I used to think it was really cool that it would, like, copy itself and you could get a bunch of stuff on the board. But with so many cards that give unit stats every time a unit plops onto the board, this just runs away with the game if you don't kill the first one. So, like, ugh. So many degenerate decks are gonna come out of this. Let's get ready for him. Just a Farmer gets an extra Shadow Influence and goes up to 2/3. And I guess they let us dust this, even though it's technically a buff, really. I mean, it's a side buff. Gets an extra influence and goes up to 2, but like, this is more important than this. I mean, I did I did play it a little bit, and it's fun to use in a bunch of other like sacrifice-y based decks, and also Mandrake stuff. But yeah, I'll have to give this one a second look. The Rat King. I'd taken a look at this before, but I don't think I'd seen much of it. On a turn, you may sacrifice another unit to give an enemy unit -1/-1. Okay, summon, play 2 1/1 rats that can't block. Okay. And was that up? Is this down from 4? Because I mean, this is a really good cost for this kind of effect. Because like, you know, you get two charges out of this initially. So like, turn 5, you can get to -2/-2 spread across 2 things now. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check this one out. And yeah. The Rat King might actually make rat decks viable, especially because Argenport Sewers got a nerf, right? Your rats and rogues have +1 attack. Interesting. Rogue decks. What are the rogues? Well, we'll take a look at it. I think I'm going to craft this deck first. I want to see what rats have in store now. When you start your turn at night, play 2 1/1 rats that can't block. Yes. Oh, it doesn't even have... Oh, interesting. It doesn't even sacrifice itself when you have too many rats. You can just fill the sewers with rats now. Welcome to the Rat-tastrophe. Yes, please. We're crafting this deck immediately. Reckless Bond. When you bond, Pock, create and draw a snowball. It's now 4, was 3. Was this used in Yeti decks all that much anyway? I mean, it's a hero now, so I guess it's a little bit better. Interesting. Doesn't change that much. Well, it does, because it goes from being free to being 1 on most Yeti decks. I'm thinking there's a lot of Yetis with 3 in them. Alessi goes up to 2/2 now. Starts at 2/2. Interesting. That might be worth a look. Because I mean, Alessi wasn't the weakest card in the bunch back when she was 1/1. So yeah, this might push some combo decks over the top.